Hello guys, hello here from my studio in Monistrol, the Montserrat in Spain. First of all, thank you for watching this video, thank you for all the support and all the comments and the likes and the views. Thank you for everything, and let's go with the video. The idea of the video is show how I arrive to my tone, how I arrive to this tone I basically use in most of my videos. Well, as you can see, I tried a lot of sounds and guitar, but I have my path to always one place. My achievement with this video, my goal with this video is not just to tell you how I did it, but to give you a tip of if you don't get, or if you don't understand, or you didn't arrive to your sound or your tone, how you can do it, or how I did it, and you maybe can replicate the process and go for it. So let's start from the beginning, and it makes me feel so old. This when I started in all of this, I was, and I'm still a very big fan of let's say a couple of guys, which is Yngwie Malmsteen, Gary Moore, Slash, Angus, and Bonamassa more lately. Despite that they use a lot of different gear between each other, I mean, like there are a lot of very obvious difference between their selves. They have something in common, which is plexi sound. So when I started to listen most of them, it was in the time that I didn't have money to buy gear. So I had to improvise somehow how I arrived to this tone. First of all, I will always like the Stratocaster sound. I just love it. I don't think it's better. Remember, it's how I like it. I think it's for me it's amazing. It's the sound I like. I mean, besides I used Les Paul for a lot of time because I love the Les Paul sound. I mean, the Strat sound it has this extra texture I like. It is for me. I mean, it doesn't have to be your reality. It's just the way I feel it. So using Stratocasters and well, some Les Pauls also, but mainly Strats, I started to try different things, but with a real cheap budget, of course. So if it is your situation right now, you may like this. At the beginning, I didn't have anything, so I started to try with the I think you know these applications, Amplitude and Guitar Rig. At that point, at that moment, there were like not so much else besides all these apps, and they did the work pretty well. I mean, they are amazing apps. So I started to try sounds on the apps. I started to try amplifiers, to try, well, you have pedals there, you have cab effects and everything. And I realized that I was always going to the same place. I was going to the more or less 59 Marshall heads, or blues breakers, or whatever. I mean, like plexi sound. I was more or less going there. And it happened everywhere, like in Amplitude, in Guitar Rig, and when I was trying to buy some amps, I was kind of always Marshall. So I realized that I made a group of amplifiers, but like more specific, not just like a ball of it. And all my efforts were to try this shorter amount of stuff and gear to find how it could help me to get my tone and the tone I liked. Always in these apps and the gear I was trying, always I got a Marshall head I had here, a cabinet, and that's it, and reverb. because I love river. I can't fight it. I just love river. So I realized that this is maybe this is what I need to go, where I need to go. So I started to try with Marshall. At that point, it's Marshall JZM 900, 800, different model of DSL, TSL. I got this class 5 also, and I started to note that this is the kind of sound that I like, not just for blues, but for hard rock and heavy metal. With heavy metal, it's true that you need like an add-on, like, which it means a pedal. And so I focus in Marshall heads, or maybe combos. My issues with combos of plexi sounds, it was, for example, I tried, I had a lot of blues breakers, I had like 3 or 4, or even 5 I think. The sound is brutal, I mean it's like just, if Gary Moore used it, come on. Let me say that I also bought the blues breaker, my first real Marshall amp, because I saw it in the front of Still Got the Blues. So when I was little, I said, like, this is the amp I want. Finally, I had it. Amazing. I mean, it's amazing. It is a real. It is great. The headroom it has is I mean, it's out of this world. I love it. But it wasn't so useful for me, because I used to play in several places here in Barcelona, in Spain, and the bars and the places are not so big. You can't have so much this loud sound. And we all know that one of the characteristics, but the feature of the plexi sound is like to have volume. So I love the sound to get to come with some pedals, but I didn't like the fact of I had to use a lot of volume, and it caused me some issues. It is real heavy, and so I decided to stop with it and go from something else. Then I started to the digital world, like Kemper and Fractal, which are amazing. Which are like amazing. It is so similar when you record that you can just sometimes realize which is the real or which is the digital one. And but I realized there that I like with the digital world, I liked more the real life than the digital, and because at the end, even if you have this flat response speakers or your home studio speakers, which it could be amazing, there is something that I was missing, you know, something I was missing something, and it was this real amplifier sound. So I came back again to amplifiers, but this teach me a great lesson of I love reverb. I love the reverb, some delay. So from the digital sounds, I'm like, okay, I really like this. This is part of my sound, and I need to do it. I need to get it when I play. And so with Blues Breaker, I couldn't, because you know it's a mono channel, so you can't just put reverb in front and get the overdrive without having this. I mean, this weird sound, like, you know, forever first, then overdrive. Come on, it's weird. At least for me. So I tried several heads. I tried London City. It's a very good brand, but without the loop effect. So it was still weird. I mean, amazing sound, but weird. I didn't like, because I like reverb. So I started to put an example of a song which helps me a lot to find the real thing I really liked, and then use it for other purposes, which is the example of Reconsider Baby of Joe Bonamassa, which is, I mean, it was like for me, the sound is great, it's amazing. It is what, oh my God, this is what I like, this is what I want. It gets so close of everything I really want. And it's also plexi sound, well, kind of plexi, it's a jubilee. And so I understand that was all these shorter groups of amplifiers I was trying, I started to make it even smaller, because I wanted that sound, I wanted this Marshall sound, I wanted an overdrive Marshall sound, and I wanted a loop effect because I love reverb. So at some point I discovered the Jubilee, which is which results it was the best switchable amp for me. Not because it has better sound of other ones, it's because I can control the sound with the master, and it is this, I mean, this texture of the overdrive is just perfect. And when you put pedals, as you can see in other videos, you can have more textures and more power and more, not just high gain, but a very a more powerful sound, like for play songs of Ivan Malmsteen, like Gary Moore, because Gary Moore he used a lot of extra distortion from pedals, I think, because it's not just amp, and it has reverb, and you can do it in a, and all this you can do it in a very comfortable way with the volume. As you know, plexi needs volume. This also needs volume, because as far as if you check the the EQ and how Bonavassa use the amp, it is super loud. Well, I can use it here because I don't like so loud, and I can't, because I just can't. I could die if I play so loud, and so I can use it in a very low volume way. But low volume, let's understand, which is, it's not to play in a room. I mean, it is to play in the stage, it's to play here with guys, it's to rehearse, it's to jam, and in a very good, and you have this very quality that you can have with other amps, but with louder. And of course, this loud volume, you can't have it everywhere. You can have it in your house, you can have it in a rehearsal place, because if you go and you know what is going to happen, especially with your mates. And it may be in the stages, you can need them. So I understood it was the combination that I was looking for. It was about trying not just the best sound, but the most switchable and more useful sound, because I could get a 95 Marshall head, but I would have to modify it, and I don't like to modify things, and I will have to play more louder to get this special overdrive that I get from the amp. So it's not that this amp sounds better, but it's more switchable to my sound, to what I want. And so finally, let's talk about the other half of the other half of the business, which is my Ivan Malmsteen signature guitar. I have it for several reasons, because I love the Strat sound. I think that Ivan Malmsteen, even with DiMarzio and Seymour Duncan, produced one of the best set of single coils ever, because it's controlling with the volume, you can get a lot of different textures and sounds and tones, and it is wow, it's amazing. You can get this in with tone more or less while practicing it, of course, that's a part, but you can have this blues Stratocaster, like again, reconsider baby, this feeling of, and this tone of it. Also I use 0.8 on strings. It's the same signature game of Ivan Malmsteen for several reasons. One of them, it is I'm ill of my hand, I have tendinitis, so this is the way to don't do effort for me, I tune the guitar in AB, also because it's more softer and I need my hand. So if I try again like point 11, point 12 on the strings, it's good also, but it doesn't useful for me, because the thing is I have to be happy with it, and if it hurts and if I am in pain, I am not happy. Basically. So the combination of, as you hear in the beginning of the video, this is the sound like I always reproduce all my life, and this is how to arrive to it. Trying a lot of things, different things, just digital and well, real amps. Maybe for you it would be different, but in between all what I tried, I finally arrived to this is my sound with just better reverb that I pulled it answer. But it's a very cheap one. But it's a very simple setup. This is the setup I really like. And so my aim, again, to tell you the story is not just to tell you what I do and how I did it. It is to help you. Maybe you were not thinking on this, and you can have this experience and try to replicate it if it's useful for you. For me, my advice to you, to find your tone, to find your gear, but especially your tone, is not just G, it's your tone, because maybe you want digital, maybe you want analog, so etc. My advice to you is, first of all, try a lot of stuff and focus in find a group of things that you really like. And when you identify it and you have this group of things very in your aim, and you're 100% conscious of it, start to make it smaller and smaller. And at some point you will arrive to something very simple, which is going to be what you really like, because you arrived there. Maybe you did it consciously, maybe you did it and you didn't realize, and suddenly you're there. My advice to you also is, the ultimate goal of it, the ultimate goal of all this is be happy with your song. You have to be happy with it. Everybody has a different taste of tones, everybody has a different taste of guitars, amps, places, whatever. But the most important thing for individually you is to be happy with your sound, is to be happy with your tone. So when you pursue it and you make the group of things smaller, it has to be what you like, not what you think, not what you saw, or not what I am telling you, it's just what you like. When you arrive of what you like, you will always be there, because you like that. As it happens to me, I always be in more or less the same loop of things. When I had the fractal and the Kemper, I didn't try anything of it. I just put the Marshall, I just put the River, I just put a couple of cabs, and I was happy with it. I was trying all the rest, and yeah, this is amazing, but it's amazing, it's great, it's fantastic. I mean, wow. But I want this. I mean, on the fractal, I want this on the Kemper, I want this on different amps, and better in the real life. So maybe a head is not suitable for you because you live in a room, you live with family, people, or whatever, and it's very loud, so maybe digital world is fine for you, but you need to find what makes you happy and feels that is correct for you. It doesn't mean that it will be correct, better, happy, or sadder for other people. It is for you. So you will develop that sound, you will develop your own tone, and happiness will arrive to your way of playing, and the final goal to know what you are doing, know what the tone is best for you, will be achieved. So I hope this helped you, And I hope this helps you also with several questions I received. If you have another question you want to make to me, well, you have the comments down here, not down here, well, it's parquet, but down there in the video. And I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked my explanation. Sorry if I am a little bit blur, but I wanted to put input all this knowledge I wanted to share with you guys. Find your tone, investigate yourself, try stuff from both analog to digital world, and most important of all, be happy with your sound. You have to be happy. Remember, Ingrid Maltz say that if it sounds good for you, it is good. This is what, and this is a very clever and amazing phrase. So thank you for joining me. I will be putting more content soon. Sorry to don't put content these several weeks, but it was holidays. And again, see you soon. Be happy and rock and roll.